Only Juicy said, Kaelin, I remember some dude in your comments going off on you when you unveiled KFX. You know what? Let's bring it up because I'm going to talk about that today. Might as well talk about that. Might as well talk about it. So, KFX has an update. Yes, there's an update for KFX. And I decided to go back and tweak it. Decided to do some things to it. Let me pull up that comment, actually. Because what's funny is it was like partially like, whoa, but then also like, this is helpful. So I was kind of confused in the angle, but I could tell it was meant to help me and not like, but I don't know. So I'll let y'all be the judge of this. So I'm gonna pull this up. So it says here, by Shiny is Shiny 7780. And he said in quote,
"This is snake oil at best, robbery at worst. It's just a couple of mapped stock Ableton devices. Poorly mapped, should I add. Compression is just a dry, wet map macro, as opposed to a multi-map that actually pushes the threshold down while at the same time increasing the gain and maybe even the ratio. The mono knob is also a joke. It's a joke. It's just turn on and off the mono utility. It should have been mapped to a width knob in utility to allow for any mono setting between 1 and 100. Plus mapped a bit over 125% for some width. The reverb has 0 makeup gain, which is essential in a rack like this. It should be mapped into the same knob as a reverb dry wet. The list goes on. If this was $5, sure, maybe, but $20 is
crazy. And you can only imagine, I took a little moment to I had to think for a second, this is helpful, but also I wanted to address a couple things. And I want something to be absolutely clear here. Every time I put something up on Gumroad, every time, I literally take what I'm using and I give that out. He has a very valid point, but my response was this. This was my response. And I said, hey, I get where you're coming from and appreciate the honest feedback. No snake oil sales here, just a work in progress and a passion for making KFX the best it can be. You've got some solid points about the makeup gain and the mono option. Those are all definitely on my radar for the next update 2.2, which will be dropping next month, which it dropped 2 months later, and I'll explain that. And it'll have these tweaks and a bunch more. Your inputs matter. Stay blessed. So, he mentioned 2 things. KFX, the poorly mapped compression, and the mono knob, as well the reverb, 0 makeup gain. So I was like, you know what? Let's actually go back and work on this. I feel like I can actually tweak this to not only just do that, but I can probably adjust this thing to make it even more powerful than it already is. And so originally, the original KFX 2 had some basic setups, which in my way that I set it up, I like to set up my Ableton racks and all of my racks that I create in a way that is easy for you guys to be able to turn a knob and adjust. But I didn't get as detailed as I could have gotten. So I was like, what if I treat the KFX rack like I do with my live performing rack, which that's coming probably in the next few weeks or so, probably. Well, we'll see where that goes. I have a couple stuff planned, but that's literally next. So let me show y'all the update. So I'm gonna pause the music just for a second. So as you guys can see here on the screen, I have the new KFX rack here. Hold on now, player. I got something important to tell you. If any of you guys who are watching want to watch all this back, I currently have a thing going on called Full Studio. Access $8 per month for the entire catalog of all these Twitch streams. It goes back to 2021, all the way up until right now. As well, the Access Plus option that gives you access to the catalog, the consultations, and a 30% discount code to anything I drop in the future for my sound packs right here. So if you're watching this, cop the full access, please. I'm gonna walk away now. For more information, cop something from my store, wait for the email, and join the Discord for more. Now back to the video. So, looks pretty similar, but there's a couple slight changes. I have a width knob that is sitting at 0, so no more mono knob. There's no mono knob anymore. No mono knob. There's a saturation. It's sitting at about 50%. And this is on my vocal, by the way. Mind you, this is on my vocal. And so, just to give you a little consensus of what's going on here, we have a width knob that goes not only up to 100, but goes all the way up to 400% width. So if you want to get that major left, right, it exists. But you can't hear that because the entire signal on my stream is sitting at, it gets pretty wide, bro. It gets pretty wide. So let's put that back to 0. Saturation, of course, still there at 0 to 100. You know, you can go ahead and tweak that. Now, this is where things get a little bit different. The compression, the knob for compression now does include the squeezing of the frequencies. Yes, it's a full adjustment now with the compression. So this is on my voice, by the way. And if you're curious to know what's going on here, I have a multi-map going on here that actually adjusts. It actually adjusts the threshold. So as far as you take this bad boy here, the dry wet signal, it pushes, bro. It pushes. So if you want to see that in action, look at this here. Look at this here. Look at this. I'm gonna just show this to y'all. I'm gonna show this to you just so you can see. So see this? See this threshold? As long as you push it, it goes. So, yeah, this is the new update. It can squash as much as you want. But the choice is yours if you really want to squash that much. The makeup is applied to it. It's sitting on peak, but you can also adjust the settings as much as you want. It allows for you to do full capability of adjusting. So that's one part of it. It's going to be great for the sample. You guys are going to see like the textures I can create out of the drums with this. So let me also open up and let you guys know that the reverb, aside from the chorus is still there. What changed here is this. There's full control now. So the reverb originally used to just be a simple mapped on and off like dry wet. Now it's actually a send. So instead of it just being you turn on dry and wet and you can turn it off, turn it on, you can now you can control the reverb now. You can send the reverb and it cuts off. And I'll show you even with the delays, it does the same thing. Yeah. It's a send as well. Both of them are. Now here's the craziest part. What made this fully possible is the fact that I decided to split the channels. I decided to split all of I have the EQ. I have the EQ and the processing for, low filter, high filter, the analog EQ, are the plugin updates free. All plugin updates are free for an extended period of time. I usually have like a period of time for extending the updates. So don't worry about that. If you copped it, you will get an update. Just letting you know, you will get an update. Lifetime updates. So, yes, the EQ, the delays, and the reverb all have control. And you can control the gain as much as you want. You can even boost it to make it really dramatic. But it's there. Just letting you know. It's fully there. Same thing goes with the delay, and you can really boost that, or cut it off completely. Choice is yours. Full control. It's there. along with the filters. Now, here's the difference with the filters. I think with this update, I'm probably going to send one more update out. I have a newer version, and I'll actually show it on this joint that I'm messing with here. So this sample here, right? This sample here is going to be a perfect example for using the KFX. So I kind of want to squash the frequencies a little more. Keep it like this. Like the process of it. Oh man, I'm actively working on the effects racks after each Twitch stream. I'll let y'all, that's a whole nother thing. Let's put this up here. Yes, so I kind of want to apply some compression. Kind of want to give a little reverb. Now with this update, I think the low, okay, perfect. So this is what's going to be the next update that I kind of put out, because I just figured this out last night. For each one of the filters, the delay and the verb both have filters on them. So if you want to sweep, it's there too. It's there too. It's there. You can mess with those effects, but that's pretty much the only adjustment that changed. So thank you for those kind words, sir. I want to make this thing as dope as possible. And I want to let y'all know I'm fully committed to making things that not only makes the process so much more easier, but you should just be able to just do this. So yeah, that's KFX 2.2 for you. Two for you. Thank you. Let's make a beat. Put the saturation up a little bit. So yeah, if you cop KFX, this is sitting in your receipt. So go back and peep the receipt. If you peep your receipt after the download, this will be sitting up there.